Aquarius, welcome to your astrology reading for the month of May. And so the way that this is structured, this is going to be most applicable for your rising sign. So that's how other people perceive you, especially when they first meet you. It's still relevant and still good to hear your sun sign because that's how you express yourself, and then your moon sign because that's how you process everything emotionally. So really listening to all three is going to give you that better picture of how the month is going to play out for you. If you're not sure what your rising sign is, you'll need your birth time in order to run. There's lots of free birth chart websites out there. And so the timing is significant so that you can see what the zodiac sign is to get your rising sign. During the month of May, so just jumping into the energy here, we have a lot of Taurus energy and a lot of Gemini. And so where this impacts you in your chart is going to be in the 4th and 5th houses. And so the 4th house is your house of home. The 5th house is all about creativity, so fun, passion, and think of like hobbies and projects and things like that. It's also short-term relationships, children, they're all part of that 5th house. And so think of it as how you enjoy spending your time when you're not at work. That would be the 5th house energy. And so pretty early in the month, so on the 2nd at 1:47 p.m., we'll have Pluto station retrograde in your sign. And so what happened here was back on January 20th, Pluto first entered Aquarius. Well, it was in Aquarius a little bit last year, but let's just go with this. And so what happened over the last 3-ish months is that we've been watching a lot of old systems that just don't function anymore. There's something about them. They need to be torn down. They need to be changed. In some cases, they need to be torn down and never rebuilt. In some cases, maybe modifications are necessary. And so the Aquarius energy here is a very liberating type of energy. I mean, you're the rebel of the zodiac, so this is not a surprise at all. But Pluto is transformation. And so it's really about breaking down structures that just don't work anymore. And so when it was direct, this was all external changes. Now that it's going retrograde, these are all about internal changes. And so for you, this is going to impact your first house of self. So this is really the essence of who you are. And so you're going to be changing, continuing to change. But this is more about understanding the changes that need to take place in you and why they're taking place. Right away, when Pluto stations retrograde, it will be trine Jupiter in Taurus. And so when it comes to your home, maybe your home life, what is it that you want to grow? What is it that you want to do and expand at home? Because this would be some sort of change that you need to make in yourself. So there might be something in, as part of you and who you are, you've created some sort of barrier that prevents you from having the home life that you're looking for, or maybe even buying a home. There could be something connected to that as well. And so there's something about this where you're going to have to change in order to grow and expand at home. Pluto retrograde will also trine Uranus and Taurus. And so Uranus and Taurus, again, Taurus occupies your 4th house of home. And so Uranus is also about change. And so what about your home life needs to change? And so if there's something at home that you want to grow, you want to expand doing, it's not just that you need to make some modifications in order to do that, make that happen. It's also about there's changes at home that need to take place in order for this to happen as well. Pluto retrograde will also be sextile Mars and Aries. And so Mars is the ruler of Aries. So really it's that energy amplified. Mars in Aries is sitting in your 3rd house. And so 3rd house is all about communication. Aries energy, very direct, very blunt, to the point. Doesn't really matter if it's like cutting things up or moving things from the picture. Mars is a very separating type of energy here. And so what this is doing is it's giving you an opportunity to communicate that maybe some things just aren't working for you anymore. This would be communicating the barriers that you're removing or something along those lines, because Mars wants to cut things away. It wants to be done. Mars is the god of war. So this is really just that type of energy that, you know what? This isn't going to work for me. I'm done. I'm going to remove it from my life. Maybe even saying it out loud. That would be the Mars in Aries energy. It is about taking action. This is something that you would have to take some sort of action because this is only creating the opportunity. You would have to seize the opportunity. This Pluto retrograde in your sign, sextile Neptune and Pisces. And so Neptune and Pisces for you is in your 2nd house. Your 2nd house is your personal finances. And so when you think about what it is that you want here, how do you use your personal security or your financial security? What do you want to grow? What do you want to do with this? What is your ideal case? Because what I'm seeing here is the changes that you're making are giving you an opportunity to have the savings that you're looking for, or maybe investment strategy, anything like that. It's personal finances. So this is money that you already have. But this could indicate that you want to take your personal finances or grow them to a point where you can buy a home. that would be highlighted here. We'll also have Pluto square Venus and Taurus. And so Venus and Taurus sitting in your house of home, and Venus opposite of Mars. Venus likes to bring things together. So it's about keeping things that really matter the most to you. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So it's really that energy amplified. What matters the most? How do you want to keep that? And why is that creating some sort of obstacle to maybe the changes that are taking place within you? And so this could be maybe like a resistance to move, maybe resistance to move to a different location because of the relationships you've built where you are right now. That could be the case. That could be that square showing up for you. We'll also have the new moon in Taurus. So that's going to happen on the 7th at 11:22 p.m. Eastern time. And so when that happens, we'll have the sun, moon, Venus, Jupiter, and Uranus all in the sign of Taurus. And so Taurus is sitting in your house of home. And so what happens with the new moon? So they're at the same degree point in the sky. They're literally on top of each other from just a placement in the sky standpoint. And so the energy blends really well here. And so what it's highlighting is what you value about your home life, things like that. And it's really putting a lot of emphasis there. The sun and moon will also conjunct Venus in the sign of Taurus. So in your house of home. And so what is it that you like about your home? What do you love about your home life? Maybe it's the location of it. What is it that you enjoy about that? What do you value? We'll also have the sun and moon conjunct Jupiter in Taurus. And so what do you want to grow or expand in your home life? There's a lot of really positive energy happening in your home life, including this one, even though it may not sound like it. So we also have the sun and moon conjunct Uranus and Taurus. And so all this energy sitting in your house of home. Uranus is the planet of sudden change. And so whatever's not working in your home life, this, again, very easy blend of energy. It's a conjunction, so there is almost no distinction between the energy at all. So when it comes to what you value, it's about removing those things that you don't value. And so it's going to be something that just happens organically. We'll also have the sun and moon sextile Neptune and Pisces. And so when it comes to your house and maybe the home life that you want, the value connected to your home life, maybe even your physical home itself, if you're looking to sell and buy, it's creating an opportunity to have the financial security that you're looking for. And so there could be something connected to selling a house or maybe even buying a house as it relates to your financial security. It is creating an opportunity. This is something that you would have to seize. It's not something that would just fall into your lap. But you would see it. You'll see it when it happens. We'll also have Mercury enter Taurus. So that's going to happen on the 15th at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. And so when that happens, we'll have Mercury, Venus, Sun, Jupiter, and Uranus all in the sign of Taurus. And so Mercury in Taurus. So Mercury is the planet of communication. It's also how we process information. And so sitting in Taurus, it's really emphasizing what you value, what you want to keep, because Venus is a very let's bring things together type of energy. It's that harmony, bringing things together. We will have Mercury trine the moon in Leo. And so the moon in Leo is about creative expression. And so for you, the way that this impacts you is whatever it is that you value about your home life, there's this easygoing energy when it comes to your relationships. And it's really one specific relationship because this moon in Leo occupies your 7th house. And so this would be a significant other, marriage partner, maybe somebody along those lines. But this is really giving you an opportunity to express how you feel, what you want in your home, and then how does that other person fit into the mix too. So really positive energy here. We will have Mercury square Pluto in Aquarius, and so this is the only not positive energy. And so Mercury in Taurus, again, really emphasizing here what you value about your home, communicating what you love about your home. It's creating some sort of obstacle or challenge to the changes that you're trying to make within yourself. And so when it comes to that home life, this would be, because I'm getting like this moving type of energy. I'm getting a lot of that moving type of energy. And so on one hand, you might really want to move. And because you feel like you would have this better life, this home life, better relationship with your partner, all these different things. But then on the other hand, maybe you're not ready to move. And so this Pluto retrograde in Aquarius could indicate here that there's something changing within you. And it's just creating some sort of obstacle or challenge in connection with your home life. And then on the 20th, we'll have the sun enter Gemini. So that's going to happen at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And so the sun in Gemini, the sun is all about self-expression. Gemini loves to get into the details here. And so very inquisitive, very intelligent, very much like, let's keep digging deep. I keep referring to it as like the kid that always asks why. And like every time you say something, well, why? Why? That would be that sun in Gemini energy. And so for you, the sun in Gemini is in your 5th house. So think of all your passion projects, maybe children, short-term relationships, anything along those lines, conjunct Venus, Jupiter, and Uranus, all sitting in Taurus, which is in your house of home. And so the way that you're expressing yourself, maybe through creative expression, through your hobbies, through your passions, maybe even through your children, what it's doing is it's giving you an opportunity to maybe grow your home. So this would be an instance where your passions, your side projects might actually fuel expansion and growth within your home, removing any kind of obstacles or barriers there as well, because that Uranus will remove anything that doesn't have value in your home. The sun in Gemini will, well, trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And so what this means for you is expressing yourself creatively, aligned with all those changes that you're making to yourself. And so when it comes to who you are, how you want to be seen, there's something significant with your passions, your hobbies, maybe children, something along those lines. Short-term romances, maybe, just because we don't have a lot of like a significant other showing up in this reading. So it could be something about that that really kind of helps you, and it aligns with the changes that you're making to yourself. We'll also have the sun in Gemini, sextile Neptune and Pisces. And so this is creating some sort of opportunity for you to have the financial future that you want for yourself. Really, that may be savings plan, that investment strategy. These passion projects might actually be something that you can cash in on. You might make money from it. There's something about this where it's helping you have that financial security that you're looking for. And then we have the full moon in Sagittarius. There's a lot happening during this full moon, and it's actually not the only thing happening on the 23rd. So we'll talk about this one first. So with the full moon in Sagittarius, we've got the sun in Gemini, we've got the moon in Sagittarius. They're at opposite points in the sky. Gemini loves to get into the details. Sagittarius is big picture. It likes to see that kind of overarching truth to the situation, whereas Gemini can get really stuck in the weeds and maybe miss some of that kind of big picture, or maybe misinterpret and not see the truth of the situation because you're looking at all these different weeds. And so where this impacts you is the sun in Gemini is sitting in your house of creativity and fun, really. So your passions, your hobbies, things like that. And it's opposite your circle of friends. So there's something here where there's some sort of opposition. So there's some sort of push-pull. And so it could be something where spending a lot of time working on your passions, your side projects, those things that you really enjoy doing in your spare time, leaves you with less time to spend with your friends. There's something here about your circle of friends and the time that you're spending with your friends as it relates to going after your passion projects. And so what we'll see during this full moon is that there's a lot of conversations happening with a lot of planets here, and the sun and the moon at points will be opposite, and at points they will be kind of supporting each other. And so we'll have the sun conjunct Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus, with Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus all in the sign of Taurus. And so when it comes to, again, just like when the sun entered Gemini, creative expression aligns with whatever changes you want to happen and whatever kind of growth you want to see at home. Home life, this could be maybe expanding your home or going and buying a new home, whatever this is, whatever this home life expansion looks like for you, there's something that you're doing in your passion projects that is aiding that, because this is a very easy blend of energy. The moon will actually be opposite all of that. And so if you're spending all this time kind of focusing on your home and like maybe doing something connected to your home, buying, selling, whatever it is, or maybe moving to a different location, there's something about your circle of friends that is opposite this, that is creating some sort of obstacle or challenge or some sort of like push-pull energy. And so this does indicate that you can find a balance here. You would just have to work on it. And so that's just something to think about for that one. We will have the moon trine Neptune and Pisces. And so how you feel about your friends is actually going to blend with the type of financial security that you're looking for. And so how you feel about them, the types of relationships you have with them, it does align with what you value here in your second house. And so it doesn't just have to be monetary value. That second house does include anything of value, including just, so when you think about what you value in general, your friendships would be something that you value here. The sun in Gemini will also be sextile Neptune in Pisces. And so this is where they start to aid each other a little bit. With the sun in Gemini sitting in your fifth house of passions, it's creating an opportunity to go after what you value here. And so this could be that monetary expansion. So value can be many different things here. You can value friendships and you can also value money. And so all of these things could be coming into play. And it's about creating that kind of security for yourself, whatever it is that you want here. Because that Neptune in Pisces is all about going after your dreams. We'll have the sun in Gemini trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And so again, easy flow of energy with whatever you're trying to execute when it comes to your passions, your hobbies, maybe children, short-term relationships. So really easygoing energy with whatever you're trying to change within yourself. We'll also have the moon in Sagittarius create an opportunity here. So it'll be sextile Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And so your conversations with your friends, your relationships with your friends does create some sort of opportunity for you to make those internal changes that you want to make for yourself. Then on the same day as this full moon, we actually have Venus enter Gemini. So we had a full moon in Sagittarius in the morning. Venus enters Gemini at 4:31 in the afternoon, Eastern time. And so when this happens, Venus will be conjunct the sun because they both just recently entered into the sign of Gemini. And so Venus in Gemini, we know the sun in Gemini is very much about expression. Venus adds like a very friendly, social, maybe like a flirtatious element to the whole mix. And so this is really having very friendly, open, direct conversations with people in a way that kind of brings people together, because Venus likes to bring people together. It likes to create harmony and things like that. So it's very positive there. And so that's all sitting in your fifth house. And so that would be your house of creative expression. So you could be expressing yourself through your passion projects, maybe through your children, things like that, where it's just bringing people together, maybe bringing could be your friends and things like that together, because this is the same day as the full moon in Sagittarius. So this could be a way to bring people together. We'll also have Venus conjunct Jupiter and Uranus, with Jupiter and Uranus sitting in the sign of Taurus. And so whatever it is that you're trying to do, however you're expressing yourself through your passions and creativity, is giving you an opportunity to expand your home life while also getting rid of all the like little things that just don't work. So that's that Uranus energy. We'll have Venus trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And so again, expressing yourself through your passions, through your projects, things like that. Really easygoing energy with the changes that you want to make to yourself. So this is full alignment. Whatever it is that you're doing right now is exactly the way that you want things to play out. This aligns with all of those kind of barriers that you might have had in the past. Maybe you didn't feel comfortable expressing yourself through your passions or things like, or maybe not to the extent that you are. And now what you're doing is you've always wanted to do this, and so now you can, and it's an easygoing energy that is going to be well received. We'll have Venus in Gemini, sextile Neptune in Pisces, and so again, creative self-expression, expressing yourself through these projects, through your passions, does create an opportunity for you to have that financial security, or really emphasizing what it is that you value. That Neptune in Pisces, again, is all about your dreams. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so it's really that amplified. And so it's creating an opportunity for that security. Whatever it is that you're looking for from that security standpoint, it's giving you this opportunity. So you will have to act on it. Then we will have Venus opposite the moon in Sagittarius. And so here, it looks like however you're trying to express yourself might be creating some sort of push-pull energy with your friends. This feels a lot more like maybe they just never saw this side to you, and maybe they didn't know that this existed. And so this is an energy you can work with for sure, because it's a push-pull energy where your friends, this could also indicate maybe not being able to spend as much time with your friends because of these passion projects, whatever it is that you're exploring, whatever it is that you're going after, this expansion energy that I've been seeing. And then we'll have Jupiter enter Gemini. And so we have the two benefic planets moving into Gemini during the month of May. So Venus and Jupiter, and they happen 2 days apart. And so Jupiter enters Gemini on the 25th at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. And so right away, we have the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter all in Gemini, all sitting in your house of passions and maybe short-term romance, children, really just those hobbies, those things that you enjoy doing in your spare time. So it's all sitting in that house. And so we'll have Jupiter in that conjunction with those two planets. And so really focus here on growth, expansion of what you value when it comes to these things. There's no emphasis here at all on like the things that aren't working. It's really just let me hone in on what I value and let me grow that. And also expressing it too. We'll have Jupiter conjunct Uranus in the sign of Taurus. And so Uranus is still sitting in your 4th house of home. So this is one of those planets of change. And so when the change, what changes need to take place in order for you to grow your passions, they occur at home. And so this is where something would need to change at home. And so again, this could indicate some sort of move. This could indicate that maybe the location isn't correct for you in order to be able to expand and grow whatever it is that you want to do. That could be creating some sort of friction with your friends because you don't want to necessarily leave your circle of friends, but you also want to grow and expand. So that's where some of this other friendship kind of at odds is coming into play here and how it can be navigated. We'll also have Jupiter in Gemini, trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And so the changes that you're trying to make in your passion projects, growth, expansion, things like that, they do align with the changes that you're making for yourself. And so this is something that you've been wanting to do. And this is something that you're finally maybe going after for the first time because you feel empowered to do so. And so the way to navigate some of the opposition energy to your friends would be to have those conversations and maybe make time for them even after you move. And then finally, we'll have Jupiter in Gemini, sextile Neptune in Pisces. And so this is going to create an opportunity. So these expansions, this whatever you're doing in your hobbies, those things that you enjoy doing, does create an opportunity to increase your finances or to create that security that you've been looking for. So this does indicate that maybe this is an opportunity for you to make money from whatever it is that you're doing, or maybe have some sort of investors in whatever it is that you're doing. It's more 2nd house, not 8th house energy. And so this is more about your personal finances. And so really it's about growing your hobbies, is creating some sort of opportunity in your finances here. So Aquarius, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Take care.